Hello there, everybody. Welcome back. I'm here to be talking about Split Fiction. Now, Split Fiction is the newest game by Hazelight Studios, and it follows these two girls, Mio and Zoe, as they go on this opportunity to be able to go in this machine that lets them live out their write-ins and stories and creativity and all that type of stuff. But when they learn about some shady stuff that the company and CEO wants to do with their ideas, and they both become intertwined with both of their stories, they have to try to figure out a way to work together and break out of this simulation thing. Now, going in, I was really excited for this game because I've grown to really love this studio, and the main guy who founded it, Jose Ferris, who is just a hilarious person. Like, he's become kind of like a meme and just iconic in all the right ways from his appearances at the Game Awards, going from, his fuck the Oscars thing when he was obviously pretty drunk and all when he was announcing his first game, A Way Out, to being on stage when the Bill Clinton kid did his thing and, acted like that. So he's just been kind of there for some iconic moments from the award show. But besides all that, memes and fun stuff, he's also really talented, and his studio has made now 3 great games in A Way Out, It Takes Two, and now this. And so the main thing that's great about these games is it's a co-op story. You need to have 2 people to play with, and what makes it even better is, for one, the price tag. It's only $50 or like $60. It's really cheap for compared to like some other games being 70 and God forbid 80 and just all these ridiculous prices. It's pretty affordable, and also only one person needs to get the game because they have this thing called the Friend Pass where as long as one of you owns it, the other person can download the Friend Pass and play it with you for free, which is just fantastic. And I just think that they are really trying to bring playing with a friend in story games, because everyone talks about, single player stories and all that type of stuff is like the best, and they are good, but there isn't enough replayability. So I think it's good to at least have games out there where you could play the story with your friends, because I know a lot of people are annoyed with the multiplayer type games, the recycled year to year stuff, but it also gets annoying seeing these single player games where, yeah, they're great and all, but there's no replayability. At least you have a game series like this where they have these games you could play the story with your friends, and I think that's really cool. And speaking of really cool, I think what they were able to accomplish in this game is just, it blows my mind, because like I was saying, it's about these different stories that both characters were created, and they get to live out their stories from all over when they're jumping from world to world in this machine. And you have these little things called the side stories, where it's like these little portals where you can play, miniature stories that are like as long as the main ones that you're in for each chapter. And some of these, in my opinion, are the best parts of the game, because they're just so creative and so like fun and just absolutely insane. Like, there's literally one where you play as pigs, which that whole thing was such a trip. There's another one where you're in like a little, it looks like you're in like a little sketchbook, and you're like, and the person who narrating it is like drawing with a pencil, sketching out different obstacles and stuff for you to achieve. And like, there's this other one that was really wild where you are playing as Teeth. And like, there's so many fun and unique ones that just blows your mind, that just like the creativity and just thinking about this. And they also have more development and all for both of the girls, which Mio and Zoe are both fantastic characters. I think they are really fleshed out and really well done, and learning about their past and stuff. And I love how organized it is. How you start on, for example, you'll be on Mio's world that she created or whatever, her story. Then you go to Zoe, and it still rotates between both of them. So they're getting fleshly developed throughout the game equally, and I think that's great. And of course, like, there's some great boss fights throughout the game, but especially like there's this part at the end, like the final boss fight is absolutely insane. Just like looking at that, seeing all the different, like it breaks reality, and you're going between all these different stories, like the machines acting wild, and just seeing all that play out is just insane to watch. And also like how you're playing the game, there's obviously, like I said, a lot of references to different stuff, but also different gameplay mechanics. How you have it where it looks down, locked camera angles when you like turn a corner, and different types of, like, it just blows my mind. It's so many different unique styles of gameplay meshed together, and it's just really impressive. And I know I may be overpraising it, some people might say, but I really can't think of any flaws, because for such a small indie type studio to come out and keep pushing the barriers in terms of what they're able to accomplish in terms of the gameplay and the uniqueness of their storytelling, and their mechanics seem to be getting better and better, and all around I think this game is a really big triumph, not just for like the studio but maybe for gaming. I think this could be a revolutionary game based on the gameplay mechanics, how they were able to mesh everything together so coherently, and it works so well. And I definitely see it being a big contender for Game of the Year at the end of the year here. And I know this year's really stacked, like a lot of competition, but I think this is one to keep an eye on because they knocked it out of the park. Phenomenal game. And with all that said, those are my thoughts on Split Fiction. Again, what do you all think of this game? If you've had a chance to play it, please let me know down below in the comment section. And if you want to hit the bell as well to get notified of when I upload, that would mean so much to me. Again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.